Today's date is the 24th of October 2013. My name is Ben Fielden and this interview is for Ming-ai London Institute British Chinese Workforce Heritage. Could I begin by asking your name?
Perry Fung.
And can you spell that for me?
How to spelling? Perryfung.
And whereabouts were you born?
China, yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about your family?
My father passed away when I was 9 years old, and my mother, my elder brother, 2 elder sisters living in Hong Kong. At the moment, I live with my wife and a daughter, aged 6.
And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I got 1 elder brother and 2 sisters.
And what work did your mother and father do?
My mother worked in a garment factory before she retired, and my father was a driver before he died.
And what education did you have?
I got an undergraduate degree in Textile Design and 1 master degree in Textile Technology. Apart from that, I have 2 qualifications. One is the community interpreter. I'm a qualified interpreter in the UK. And also, I'm a gambling counselor, certified gambling counselor, which awarded by the Canadian Council of Professional Certification.
Are you able to use just the skills you've picked up through your education in your work?
Yeah.
And have you been involved with any of the Chinese community centres before this one?
I will say it will go back to my time in Hong Kong. I live in Hong Kong over 30 years. In my teenagers, I'm a volunteer in a YMCA youth center for 20 years, which I enjoy playing table tennis there. Also a volunteer to organize running some workshop for the parents, for the youth, summer camp, summer programs, etc. So after I graduated in UK for my master's degree, I think it is my dream to go back to the voluntary sector. Why? Because when I studied in Bradford, I saw that a lot of overseas Chinese, they are very poor, no support at all. Even the children, they grew up in here, they have a generation gap. And the students, they help them to access the mainstream service. But unfortunately, after they graduate and they will move to other cities or go back to their own lands. So I think I have a vision and mission say that to my wife, say, oh, maybe it is the time for us to stay a bit longer in UK so that we can serve the Chinese overseas students apart from Hong Kong and China. That is my vision and also my faith in Christianity. I attend church. I found that the old people group, they're very poor. We lead the people to help them out. That is my thinking. So I changed my mind. Before that, I think after 2 years study, I will go back to Hong Kong for my merchandising, garment or clothing field. That's it. But now I totally changed my mind, even changed my professional field, go for the community work. And funny enough, when I have this mind, I got a recruitment advertising or the London Chinese Association. They are recruiting an administrator. So I apply it and I'm sure I can get it because when I have this vision, I pray to God and God answered my prayer. So that job is quite clear, it's for me. So I go for it. I even travel down to London for interview after a few days, and I got a notice that say, we recruit you as a administrator. Yeah. So that is my starting point for the Chinese community in London. The year is 2001. Yeah.
So you've been working at this centre since 2001?
Yeah, I worked for the London Chinatown Chinese Association from 2001 for 2 years until 2003, and then I moved on to the Islington Chinese Association called ICA. At that time, I worked as a youth service manager to serve the Chinese youth in there. I still remember we organized over 100 events and the benefit people over 3,000. Not just the youth club, but also I have some parenting course for the parents to deal with their problem, like generation gap, how to select a good university for their children, how to be a good behavior in family, in school, or the social skill in the society, something like that. So 4 years in Islington Chinese Association, and then I moved to another Chinese organization called CMHA, Chinese Mental Health Association, as a project manager for the Gam Care project, Chinese Gam Care project, which deal with the gambler in the London. After 4 years, so 10 years time, one day I received a call from the management committee and also the former centre manager say that, are you willing to take up a challenge? I said, what? We are looking for a centre manager now. I know you used to work in here. Do you think you can take up this role? I say, why not? And then I go for the formal interview and then get the job in 2011. So you can see in 2001 to 2003, I worked in here. After 10 years, 2011 to 2013, I worked here and onwards. Yeah.
How did you find working at Islington Chinese Community Centre?
I really enjoy it because in Hong Kong, I am a tutor of the youth fellowship. So I always enjoy the time with the youth. During that time, I formed a CEYE, is the youth club. We organize a lot of recreational events, educational events. Most importantly, we have 2 drama. They do everything: acting, directing, dancing, script writing, everything. We also have a public show in the London theatre, over 400 audience to attend for both drama. I remember the name one is When Yellow River Meet the River of Time. Yeah. Another one is Changing Fortunes. Yeah. That one really touched the youth life and the issue of the London and the generation problem, conflict. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the time in Islington. Yeah.
And how did you find working with
CMHA.
Katie and Stephen?
You know them?
Yeah.
Okay. Katie is a funny lady. Yeah. You know, her husband's brother is Tony Blair. Yeah. So sometimes she will talk about something political. I remember when we off work about 6 p.m. we always went to a restaurant. You want the name or not? No, okay. The Chinese restaurant in Baker Street. Someone may know, yeah. For chit chat or just share something. Katie is a very good manager and founder in the Islington Chinese Association. And Stephen have a big passion for political. You know, yeah. I remember he told me during 1989 in June, Yeah. He sit in the Chinese embassy for demonstration anyway, yeah. So I really like to work with them, yeah, both of them, yeah. We are a good friend anyway, yeah.
And I know you've only been here since 2001, but do you know anything about the establishment of this centre in Chinatown?
Yeah, of course, I'm a centre manager. I need to know the history of the centre, yeah. The centre found in 1980, now celebrating his 33 years anniversary. So we have a big celebration in January next year. Yeah, it's a charity, Sing for Charity fundraising dinner. Yeah, yeah.
And do you know anything about its original founders?
The founders, called Abraham. He used to work a small project in somewhere, I forget, and at the Chinese school, I think Islington Chinese School, and he had passion to do more for the Chinese community. So he have some good friends discuss, and eventually they form CCC. Yeah.
And what services does this centre provide?
We provide wide-ranging support and activities. This range from welfare benefits, advice, to language classes, cultural and recreational activities, elderly support, a very healthy eating luncheon club, youth club, and also some fundraising events.
And I mean, you've had experience with gambling, dealing with gambling problems yourself, working with people who have those problems, and it's seen as a problem in the Chinese community by some people. So does this centre offer anything to help these people deal with gambling problems?
To be honest, when I took up the post as a project manager, I went to every single casino, joined a member. But nowadays you don't need to, you just show the ID card. But a few years ago, you need to apply the membership. I went there, I found that over 80 people are Chinese. They are gambling there, especially in the around the corner of the Chinatown, a lot of casino or bookies, betting shop. So I found that the Chinese, some people always say, Chinese equal to gambler everywhere, not just in UK but also over the world. I remember one case. He is a takeaway shop owner. One day, he would like to go back Hong Kong to buy some souvenir or some expensive thing, but his wife not allow her to take money. So he just thinking, I got a pocket money, £5,000, and went to casino. You know what? The first time, £2,500 just for that one bet he lost, and he continued to think, if I lost another £2,500 and I will go straight away, it's not hurt because that is my pocket money. I still can afford it. But funny enough, he won at that time. He won 20K to 30K. So he thinking, take away shop, very difficult. £3,000 a week is too difficult to earn the money. It's a hard job. And just 10 seconds or 1 minute, you can get from 5,000 to 20K or even 100K. So he changed his mind. He just give up the takeaway shop and really focus in the gambling. And then at the end of the day, he lost all the money, lost the takeaway shop, lost the property, and even destroyed by the wife, and the wife and children left him alone. Now he is homeless in Chinatown. very poor.
So does this centre do anything to try and help those people?
You mean Chinese Community Centre?
Yeah.
As I said, we welcome all ages, Chinese, even sometimes non-Chinese. They can enjoy some advice service in our centre, especially the new migrants, people, they have a language barrier, they just new coming, he know nothing of the mainstream benefit or service, so they ask for us to help them. We try our best to help them. For the women, we have some interesting club for them, like a singing club or dancing club, to them to enjoy the life in here, also integrate in the mainstream UK community. For the youth, we have a youth club here. Every Sunday, we have different event, recreational event, educational event, or even just chit-chat, play table tennis. Yeah. So a lot of events we provide. For the elderly, I really respect the elderly because why? When they came over to here in 1960 or 70, they bring the small children or even the children not born yet. They are very hard work in takeaway shop. They earn a lot of money, but the compensation in return, the relationship with the children is no good. So now the children grow up with different thinking. The Eastern thinking and Western thinking is totally different. After 18 years old, Westerner, they prefer the children kick them out from the house. They need to be independent. But for the Eastern thinking, we say 家有一老，如有一宝, mean we live together, even 3 or 4 generations together, to support each other, to enjoy the family life each other. So it's totally different. Now I can see our elderly activities is very important because now the elderly, I'm talking about 70, 80, they're very poor, live alone. So every day, I remember one elderly, she come to the center every day from Heathrow to here, take 1.5 hours, just enjoy a lunch here or just spare 1 hour to talk with the people. They can share their own language. So elderly service is quite important in here, I would say, yeah.
And how many users does the centre have today?
How many?
Users.
I would say 3,000 people, service user each year. Yeah. Especially the advice service, we have around 2,000 people that ask for help for the benefit application. Yeah.
And what kind of help do you give for benefits?
Apart from the immigration legal advice, we cannot do because we haven't got that qualification, OSIC. We haven't got that worker. But we are developing it at the moment. So maybe in the near future, we will apply the funding to get the qualified worker to do the immigration legal advice. Apart from that, we do a lot of advice like benefit, housing, employment, education, debt, etc.
And with the government benefit cuts, do you think there's any change in how it's affecting the Chinese community?
The government really cut all the fundings. So we are really struggle in finding funding or how to self-sustain to provide the excellence of the service to the service users. Very difficult. Now I try different ways, ask the businessman, organize a small activities like work for charity. In June, we got £6,000 from the public or from the friend to sponsor us to organize that charity walk which is good, yeah. So I will say the CCC, the role in the UK is no change, even more important nowadays, because the Chinese came to the UK more and they need more service from the community center like us, yeah.
So in response to the cuts in government services, you're trying to find new ways to fundraise,
Yeah.
get money.
I tried, apart from the advice service, youth club, training workshop, now I try more ways to get fundings from the government or even from the charity fund, like King's Fund, Diana Trust, or the local government. For example, the London Cup now, we sponsored by the local council for £5,000, and also asked for the businessman sponsor us £10,000 to one year happy London Cup. Yeah, still keep thinking. Yeah, keep thinking to do what I can do.
And what kind of help do you provide for immigration issues?
No, as I said, yeah, we cannot. We hope to, but we cannot because we haven't got any OSIC the qualification. But we provide general benefits for the service user, and we got a AQS mark, which is I forget the name. AQS is a quality standard, quality mark. Yeah, ensure standing. Yeah, quality mark.
So what is your impression? For example, yesterday, on Tuesday, Chinatown went on strike and the businesses shut down in response to the UK border agency the go-home tactics and immigration raids on local businesses. What is your impression of that?
I don't know. I need to think about it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And also, we're told that the centre has quite a good relationship with the Metropolitan Police.
Yes. We have a police surgeries every single month. The last Wednesday of the month, two police officers came over here, came here for a surgery session. If our member, our service user, ask for help or report to them, there is a crime, and then they will do it for us. Yeah.
And what do you think that the role of the centre is within the Chinese community?
What do I think?
The role of this centre is?
I will say it's very important because we are the first one Chinese community centre in the UK since 1980. Very important, and our service is very essential, and the demand is here even more and more coming. We attract, Prince Charles and his wife came to visit us, recently. So you can see our role is very important, and also we can, as a bridge to immigrate the Chinese community and the Western society together to do something. Yeah.
And what's the centre's relationship with other centres? For example, Islington, Hackney and Haringey.
In one hand, friend, another hand is a competitor, because the funding is here. If you have a good writing skill, and then you can get the funding. When you get the funding, other organizations will lose the funding. So, but sometimes we have in partnership work with them. For example, last year, our center and the Chinese Healthy Living Center, we have a health day together. on that day 100 audience to attend to talk about the Chinese health, how to get more information to the Chinese community. Yeah.
And what significant events have there been in the history of the centre?
Apart from the royal visit, I will say last year, in May 2012, we moved from the second floor Java Street, 28 to 29 Java Street to here, number 2, Leicester Court. Yeah, more space, more facility, brand new center. We can provide more service to other peoples. Yeah.
And how was that move possible?
How
was it possible to move the centre here?
Oh, actually, you know, Hippodrome now is our landlord. They are trying to apply a gambling license here, but the council say you need to do something, contribute to the community. When we heard this news, and then we deal with the council and deal with the Hippodrome together, we say, oh, if you want to contribute, it's one of the criteria if they want to get the license. So we talk over 1 or 2 years. At the end, Hippodrome is very kindly to say, oh, we can let you have this premises, second floor of the Hippodrome building for 20 years, free of charge, rental free of charge, so that our burden release a bit, because in the old center, we need to pay 54K per year, the rental cost. That means about just over £1,000 a week. So you do nothing, you still need to pay £1,000 at that rate. So now, good, but I still need to find funding to sustain for the staff costs, other costs, service costs, yeah.
What's the centre's relationship with the Hippodrome Casino like?
Very good relationship. The owner of the Hippodrome, he always say they got a theater inside of the casino. Please do something there, fundraising event or big drama, you name it. Just please use it for free. If other people approach them and ask for hire that theater, they will charge you a lot. But he always say that, please come, free of charge for you. Just come to do anything you want to benefit the community. So very supportive to us, the casino owner. And also they have some steering group, the stakeholder meeting every month will hold in here. Christine, our chairman, is the chair for that group. Yeah.
And what would you say some of the difficulties facing community centres are today?
The difficulties, funding cuts, and I need to turn over the staff, because dealing with the funding crisis, that is what I don't want to. But sometimes we have no choice. Yeah.
And who are some of the other board members who work in the community centre? You mentioned just now Christine Yao.
You mean the board member, the management committee? Yeah. Christine Yao is a restaurant owner. Haniu Chen is the vice chairman and secretary. He is managing the properties, rent out the properties. Yeah. Before that, he is the pharmacist. Yeah, he studied pharmacist, but he give up and then do his own business. Sarah Zhang is the finance controller in investment banking, and Eileen Tan is the architect. And one more is Richard Lam, the former Centre Manager. Now he is the head of the human resource in a computer company. Yeah.
And do you have a good working relationship with them?
I say yes, yes, yeah, not bad, yeah. Every single important thing we will discuss, and also we have the management committee meeting every month on last Tuesday of the month, yeah.
I'm just going to move on now to talk about your personal experiences within the centre. So can you just describe a little bit more about your exact role as Centre Manager?
Very simple. As a Centre Manager, I need to supervise the staff, make sure the centre running smooth, budget control, apply fundings, and deal with emergency case or some outsiders inquiry or interview. Yeah, that is my routine.
And can you describe a typical day for us?
Actually, official time I work from 10 to 5:30, but I always work late until 8 p.m. You can see the typical routine today later, yeah. For example, on Thursday, like today, I came to office, check the answering machine, and then see the kitchen. They prepare the luncheon cup well, register the user for the meal. Sometimes have Tai Chi class or Qigong class, and then afternoon we have singing class after the lunch. Very busy. On the other hand, 2 advice workers, they will deal with different clients for different cases. So I need to really make sure the center running very well.
And so how many hours is your average day?
Normally 7 hours a day, but as I said, always work quite late, from 10 to 8, yeah. That's why I sacrifice my family time. Sometimes my wife and daughter always accompany me. Yeah.
And what challenges do you face in your job personally?
What challenge? Still the finance crisis. If I am good enough to get more money, more funding to the center, everything should be okay. Yeah.
And where do you think that your work ethic comes from that inspires you in this job? You mentioned your faith in Christianity.
Mm-hmm. I think the service user happy, I'm happy. That is the rewarding work, because I can change their life or even contribute a bit for their living, yeah, which is good, yeah. And I always have my attitude or my passion say, I do my best and let the God do the rest. Yeah, and I have a Bible verse. Can I share? The Bible verse is about all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. It's from the prophet, chapter 4, verse 23. And you can see my pen. I made a pen. Your word is a lamp for our feet, a light on our path. Yeah, that is my attitude anyway, yeah, my motto, yeah.
So your faith is quite important to you?
Yeah, to support my life, yeah, my work, everything.
And do you attend the, I know there's a Chinese congregation at the St. Martin's Church?
There are a lot of Chinese congregations among the London, even in the Chinatown, St. Martin in the Field, Soho, Church, and very funny enough, my old center, the CCC old premises, now become a church called Emmanuel Chinese Church. They just launched on last Saturday. I've been there. Wow, they changed everything. The decoration is fantastic.
What's the best and worst thing about your job?
I say the service user happy, I'm happy. That is the rewarding job for me. And change their life and even can help them a bit, still feel satisfied. I like my job.
I just want to return back to the UKBA question, just in case. I mean, obviously, businesses in the area are being impacted by immigration rates, and I was just wondering if, any of the service users in the centre have been affected, or.
Yes, some of the members they work for the catering industry. This few weeks, the Home Office always send the officer came to catch the illegal worker. I think some of them might affect. And yesterday they have a demonstration in the center of the Chinatown from 3 to 5. They stop the business from 3 to 5 and try to voice out their concerns.
Do you think it's important that there is a response to that kind of thing?
I think sometimes we need to, especially the Chinese, always labeled by the Westerner. They say, Chinese is very silent, just work alone, don't bother the benefit in the UK, even they are entitled to get it, but they just ignore, they just hard work in their, focus in their own business. That is the impression of the other peoples. So now new generation here, the Chinese, no difference with the Westerner. When they grow up in here, they born in here, a lot of new generation or next generation, they are the solicitor, teacher, accountant, all professional. So even when you talk to the people over the phone, you don't know they are Chinese or other country came from. So no difference. We need to stand up to go for our rights.
And is there anything else that you'd like to discuss or mention that I haven't already brought up?
Even my job is extremely busy, and I know I should not be, but I have been sacrificing my family time to meet the deadlines. So I could spare more time at home, but my family is very understands of my passion. So I thanks for my family, especially my wife, to support me to do the community work over 10 years.
Great. Well, thanks so much for participating in our project and sharing your memories.
It's okay. I want to mention one more regarding what I am doing for the recreation, because I'm still crazy. I'm very crazy in table tennis. So I play table tennis league match every week, once a week. And apart from that, I like travel around the world with my family, which I feel more relaxed, stress-free, as well as make up more quality time with my family, which is I really enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot for your time.